Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at a way of selling that I think a lot of people would love to master, and that is this idea of magnetic selling.
Oh, yeah,
Right. It sounds pretty cool.
definitely.
So we're going to be talking about how to attract customers without having to do that, hard sell that everybody hates.
Yeah, nobody wants to be that pushy salesperson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to help us understand this idea, we're going to be looking at a couple of sources today.
Okay, sounds good.
First, we have a book called Magnetic Selling, No Pressure Selling, How to Stop Being Pushy and Become More Attractive by Sergey Simora.
Catchy title.
It is, right? And then we also have this really interesting article just called The New Way of Selling. So our kind of mission today is to help you guys understand the core principles of this magnetic selling.
Awesome.
And I think you're going to be surprised by how simple yet powerful these ideas actually are.
Well, I'm intrigued. Let's dive in.
Yeah. So one of the things that both of these sources really emphasize is that people don't actually buy products. What they buy is the transformation that those products promise.
It's funny when you put it that way, it seems almost obvious.
It does, right.
Yeah, like the article uses this example of a gym membership.
Okay.
Are people really just buying access to weights and treadmills?
I mean, not really, right?
Wait.
You're buying the idea of a healthier you.
Yeah, exactly. They're buying that vision of themselves.
Yeah, like a future where they've achieved a specific goal.
Right, and that's where this idea of magnetic selling comes in. It's not about pushing the features of the product.
Yeah,
It's about attracting people to those outcomes they want.
I like that.
So you're not selling a treadmill, you're selling a healthier lifestyle.
I see. So it's about selling the why not just the what?
Precise.
Okay, I get that. But how do we actually do that? How do we sell the transformation, as the article puts it?
Well, I think storytelling is a huge part of it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Instead of just listing features, we need to paint a picture. You know what that transformation looks like for the customer.
So like instead of just saying this software is great, you tell a story about how it helped a specific person achieve something amazing.
Exactly. You're creating a narrative that connects with their aspirations.
Okay. And the article gives some good examples of this, right?
It does. Like, they talk about this software automation company.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just saying their software automates tasks, they tell a story about a team that was freed up from all this tedious work.
I see.
And because they had all this extra time, they were able to be more strategic and innovative.
So it's not about the software itself, but the better work life it enables.
Right. So for everyone listening, think about what transformation your product or service really offers.
That's a good point.
Yeah, can you tell a story that makes people want that transformation?
Okay, so we've got the transformation in the story, but I feel like there's another piece to this puzzle, right?
Absolutely. We can't forget about emotions.
Emotions, yes.
Yeah. The new way of selling talks about how emotions are huge drivers in buying decisions.
Yeah, I mean, we all like to think we're rational,
Yeah,
but I think emotions play a bigger role than we realize.
I think so too.
Like, think about luxury cars.
Oh, yeah.
Are people really buying them for the speed or handling?
It's more about the feeling of status or success.
Right. Or what about those trendy gadgets?
Oh, yeah. Everyone wants the latest and greatest.
It's about belonging to a certain group or maybe just feeling cool.
Exactly. And think about something like insurance.
Okay.
Nobody gets excited about insurance policies, but they buy it for the peace of mind.
It's about that feeling of security.
Exactly.
So it's not just about what we're selling. It's how it makes people feel.
Exactly.
And I think that's a powerful insight for anyone trying to connect with their customers on a deeper level.
Definitely.
So if you're listening, think about what are the core emotional needs that your product or service fulfills.
Yeah, good question.
How can you tap into those emotions to make your message even more compelling?
Now that's magnetic selling.
It is. And we're just getting started, folks, so stay tuned for more insights in the next part of our deep dive.
Can't wait. All right, so we've talked about the importance of understanding, that transformation and tapping into emotions.
Right.
But the article, The New Way of Selling, it actually goes a step further.
Oh.
It gives us some practical techniques.
Ooh, I like practical.
Yeah, right? Like how to actually put this stuff into action.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So one of the things they talk about is this idea of selling with questions.
Selling with questions. Oh.
Yeah. So instead of, just launching into your pitch, you start by asking questions.
So you're not just talking at them. You're actually having a conversation.
Exactly. And the questions aren't random, right?
Okay.
You're asking questions that help the customer think about the transformation they want.
So like instead of saying our product does X, Y, and Z, you might ask something like, What would be different in your life if you could achieve this?
Yeah, exactly. Or you could ask, like, how would you feel if this problem was solved?
Oh, I see. You're getting them to visualize their ideal outcome.
Right. And it also shows that you're genuinely interested in helping them, not just making a sale.
Right. It's about building that connection.
Exactly. So another technique they talk about is painting a before and after picture.
Okay.
So, making that transformation really tangible.
So like using visuals or stories to show the contrast?
Yeah. The article gives this great example. It says, before, hours lost organizing documents manually. After, time freed for meaningful projects and personal growth.
Wow. Yeah, you can really see the difference.
Right. It immediately makes you feel that transformation.
I get it.
And then they also talk about turning testimonials into stories.
Testimonials, that's a classic sales technique, but you're saying there's a better way to use them.
Well, instead of just having a customer say, this product is great, encourage them to tell a story,
Okay.
like how the product actually impacted their life.
So like instead of this software is easy to use, you'd have someone say, before I was so stressed about paperwork, but now I have more time for my family thanks to this software.
Exactly. That's way more powerful than just a generic endorsement.
Yeah, because it shows the real human impact.
Right. It connects with people on an emotional level.
Okay, so we've got selling with questions, painting a before and after picture, and turning testimonials into stories. Those are some great tips.
Yeah. But the article doesn't stop there.
Oh, there's more.
It ends with a few really thought-provoking questions.
Oh, I like those.
Yeah, me too. They really get you thinking.
Okay, what are some of the questions?
Well, the first one is, what does the customer believe will change in their life after buying from you?
Well, that's a good one.
Mhm.
It forces you to really step into the customer's shoes.
Exactly. Then there's this one. Are you reflecting the customer's emotional aspirations or just listing features?
Oof, that one hits close to home.
Yeah, right. It's a good reminder to focus on the emotional connection.
Okay, and what's the last question?
This one is deep. It says, if your product didn't exist, what version of the customer would still be hoping for it? How clearly are you communicating how you bridge that gap?
Wow, that's making me think.
Right. It's about understanding the deeper need that your product is fulfilling.
I see. So even if your product didn't exist in its current form, the need would still be there.
Exactly. And your job is to show how you meet that need.
So these questions are really helping us to refine our thinking about magnetic selling.
They are. And I think they can help anyone who's trying to connect with their audience on a deeper level.
Yeah, I agree. It's not just about selling, it's about understanding and serving your customers.
Exactly.
You know, it's interesting as we're talking about this, it strikes me that magnetic selling, it's not just about, increasing sales.
Yeah.
It's almost like a philosophy.
I think so too. It's like a different way of approaching relationships in general.
Yeah, it's about building trust and understanding people's motivations.
Exactly. And
Mhm.
recognizing that everyone's on their own journey.
Right. Everyone wants to achieve something.
Yeah. And with magnetic selling, you're not trying to manipulate anyone.
Right.
You're empowering them to make choices that are right for them.
Yeah, and that comes from really understanding their needs and desires.
Exactly. And then showing how your product or service can help them get where they want to be.
So you're like a guide, not a salesperson.
Yeah, more like a partner in their success.
I like that.
And I think that's what makes magnetic selling so powerful.
Yeah, it's a win-win for everyone involved.
Right. Everyone feels good about the interaction.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into magnetic selling, I think the key takeaway here is to focus on those genuine connections.
Yeah, build those relationships.
Understand what people are trying to achieve.
Help them see the transformation.
And tell stories that resonate with their aspirations.
That's the magic formula.
It is. So if you're out there trying to connect with your customers, remember these principles.
Yeah. Ditch the hard sell and embrace the power of attraction.
Become a magnet for the people you want to serve.
And watch your business flourish.
Well said. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into magnetic selling.
I hope you all enjoyed it.
We had a great time exploring these ideas with you, and we hope you learned something valuable.
Yeah, if you want to dive deeper into this topic, I highly recommend checking out Sir Desai Moore's book.
Yeah, magnetic selling. It's full of great insights.
So until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep those magnetic forces strong.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.